I want to say a little about two American painters, two originals, Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko. Different as they were alike in that they did things their own way. I'll split them up, but I do see them as a pair, of bookends if you will. Of the two, I think Pollock is the more accessible. He is, I think, the quintessential American, full of swagger, full of his own intent, undisciplined insofar as tradition is concerned. Tradition, authority, things to avoid. Like I said, American. Like the method actors who burrowed into themselves to find a way to play a role, Pollock discovered this new method for getting paint onto the canvas, using sticks, brushes, turkey basters, hurling the paint onto the canvas, which was spread out flat on the floor, imitating, to some extent, the Native American sand painters he had seen and admired. The result was either astonishing and brilliant, or inconceivably, even laughably haphazard, the work of an obvious drunk. Jack the Dripper, as he was known, either a fantastic innovator or a psychologically unhinged hack. Of course it was crazy what he was doing, but we expect some craziness in our artists. We look for it. Crazy is good. Craziness might well be the finest indicator of a true artist. What is genius, if not a great big dose of the crazies? I find a lot of Pollock's work irresistible. There's the big size coupled with the astonishing intricacy, like a Persian carpet. The best ones look organic, as if they grew that way and were not painted at all. I like the depth in them, and of course the energy, the flair, so much flair. The vitality, the vigor, the virility, that's in all of them. The obvious counterpoints, I think, are in jazz, the solo improvisation, which is either inspired or insane, depending on your taste or mood, and with the writing of the beats, especially Kerouac. As with Kerouac, the style is everything. The style says it all, and there can be too much of even a very good thing. Where it is, it's unmistakable, unlike anything else, explosive, incisive, delicate, like modern dance, the entire canvas a complete ballet. And yet, at some point the excitement, the freshness, the celebration, the party atmosphere has to play out. A kind of end is reached, after which some degree of repetition is inevitable. Been there, done that, same old, which is the very antithesis, the enemy of the style. And no fury, no drink, no waiting, nothing can push it further. You've done all you can do. You've mined the precious technique for every bit of value that it had, played every variation there was to tremendous effect. But now, it's done. This was like discovering or inventing a new language, new alphabet, new words, an entirely new way of expressing yourself, and it was so wonderful and liberating, like the power of the First Amendment, bestowed on an unlikely acolyte. Freedom of expression, suddenly so much to say and do, it was like a festival, and a revelation of freedom and discovery, again and again, but nothing goes on forever. You don't expect to come to an end, but you do. The party's over. The band's gone home. Your work is done. And he, too, came to a crashing end, the big finish. What theater? 2 young chicks in the car, 2 of them, foot on the gas, I'll show them. Drop the curtain and the man is gone. But the artist is now a legendary figure. He sits in the Pantheon, and his work does all the talking. And his paintings are like fireworks, painted with rockets and gunpowder and fire and blood and ejaculate, creating not a mess, but a design so full of gesture and its own making that it seems to be alive. Crazy, as an admiring beatnik would say. Crazy, man. You don't decipher a painting by Jackson Pollock. You dig it.